Personal branding can really make your career. Have you ever wanted to walk into a room knowing that your reputation precedes you and have people really keen to hear your ideas? We're going to be unlocking just that for you in this one, the ability to be seen for the leader that you are. I'm going to take you back like 5 years ago. When I first came to the UK, I'd already lived in Bangalore, Delhi, Manipal, Hyderabad, and a little bit in the US. So I consider myself to be quite adaptable, quite versatile. But I very quickly started to feel a bit lost. I felt as though others around me were getting more opportunities than I was. And I felt like I was just pleasing everybody. I was liked, but I don't think I was getting recognized. Hopefully, things changed quite quickly with a little bit of effort. And now I speak to you as an emergency medicine registrar. And I think I'm still quite liked wherever I go in terms of the rotations. So, what I want to introduce to you in this video are three things, right? So, we're going to talk about personal brand. And what I want to introduce to you is the concept of reputationality, what it is and what it means for you, the three pillars of reputationality and how to implement that for yourself. And I'd like to talk about some top tips for establishing reputationality. So at the end of the video, you know how to establish your own personal brand and unlock those benefits for yourself. Without a proper personal brand or a professional brand, we can often be overlooked, limiting our own potential to have an impact both on patient care as well as the healthcare system on the whole. So reputationality is a combination of your reputation and personality. Okay, so the concept of reputationality was conceived by Brenda Wenzel and Catherine Heath in their book, I Wish I Had Known. It really focuses on the intentionality of building a personal brand. So let's have a quick look at what the definitions, right? So I'm going to do this one with you. So what does reputation mean? So reputation is the beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something, a widespread belief that someone or something has a particular characteristic. So in short, it's how you're perceived by others around you, right? And if we have a look for the meaning of personality, what does that mean? Personality is the combination of characteristics or qualities that form an individual's distinctive character, a celebrity or famous person. So if we stick with the first one, so a combination of characteristics or qualities that define you, and then reputation is how that's exactly perceived. So reputationality is a combination of your actual characteristics and how they're perceived and being intentional about that at the workplace. Make sense so far? So let's talk about the three pillars of reputationality, okay? So there's being intentional, living in alignment, and setting expectations. So being intentional is about two big things right here. Be intentional about what you want to be known for. So set yourself up in terms of what you want to be known for. And sometimes this may actually be what people already know you for, but it's about being in control of that. So set your eyes on whatever you want to be known for, whether that's being organized, being meticulous, being caring, being patient-centered, whatever you'd like, pick one and be really intentional about it. So you choose what other people know you for, right? The second sub-bit of being intentional is to be intentional about the brands you're associated with or the things you're associated with. So, for example, if you've decided that you want to be known for being organized, but you're associated with a messy locker and a messy room and your car's a bit messy. So you see how things don't really add up there. But even if you don't declare that you're known for being organized and everything in your life is organized, that's going to reflect in who you are. So you're being intentional about the way you're perceived as well as choosing what you're perceived for. And that's the first pillar of intentionality behind building your personal brand and reputationality at work. Okay. The second piece of it is living in alignment, right? So everything needs to add up. And that means more than just your appearance, it means more than just the actions that you take. It's also about the values you live by and the decisions you make. You can't call yourself patient-centered and not make patient-centered decisions. Right. So let me tell you a story here about a teaching session I attended quite recently. All right. So let me tell you about this teaching session I attended recently, right? There were two people up on stage talking about leadership, talking about teamwork, and towards the end of the session, somebody asked a question to one of the people up on stage. And now as this first person was giving a pretty good answer to that question and helping allay their worries, the second person spoke over them and continued to talk about teamwork. And I was thinking that you're talking about leadership and you're talking about teamwork, but you're not playing as a team on stage. And that was the loss of alignment for me. I immediately lost trust in everything they had said so far. And the value for that person, in my eyes, went down. And I think in the eyes of the people around me as well. So that's the power of alignment, really. So you've got to live by what you say you are living by, or be whatever you're being intentional about. You got to live by it through your decisions, through your actions, through your behavior. It's all got to be in alignment. And lastly, you've got to set expectations. And this has to be about both what people can expect from you, but also what they can't expect from you. So if you're going to be someone who is meticulous about things, and if staying late for the sake of being meticulous makes sense, yes, do that. But they shouldn't expect you to stay late and finish work just for any other reason. So whenever these situations happen, it's about thinking, how do you show them the reasons behind your actions and reasons behind why you do certain tasks and things, what you're willing to stand by and what you're not willing to stand by. In terms of top tips for establishing a personal brand, let's try and do a few extra, right? So the first one, let's talk about the consistency challenge. For the next week or so, I want you to pick just one action that aligns with your values and aligns with the brand that you want to build, and think about doing that on a regular basis. It could be as simple as delivering the promise of being more decisive in meetings. Small, consistent actions lead to a strong, reliable personal brand. Finally, I want to really emphasize that leadership is more than just good clinical skills. It's really about how you make things happen and how you show up every day. A strong personal brand is essential for influencing others around you. Clinicians who have a well-defined brand stand out amongst the others. I like to suggest taking a patient-centered approach to your branding. A personal brand that's centered around trust and better communication that leads to better patient care. And because all of our colleagues and the whole system really values patient care, when patients trust you, so does everyone else. Remember, the reputationality advantage is real. It fosters trust, opens doors, and leads to greater success. Now that you've understood all about building your personal brand, let's have a look at some of the leadership styles that might help you leave your mark. In my next video, I'll break down some of the key and most common leadership styles in healthcare and how you can leverage them to strengthen your personal brand. Click here to watch now and discover which leadership style resonates the most with you.